This is Chapter 14, Lesson 7, Part 1. For this lesson, you need your math workbook, a calculator, and a protractor. So we're going to start on page 911. It says solve problems with angles. I'm going to read at the top here. It says an angle can be decomposed or broken into non-overlapping parts. The angle measure of the whole is the sum of the angle measures of the parts. So that means the whole amount. In order to get to that, we're going to add smaller parts together. So go down to example number 1. It says Rachel and Dean made a sign out of fabric like the one shown to hang in the school gymnasium. The blue piece has an angle measure of 35 degrees. The red piece is attached to the longest side of the blue piece. Together, the pieces form a right angle. What is the angle shown on the red piece? So there are two ways that you can solve this. The first way is shown here. You make a model. So you're going to start by drawing that 90-degree angle, which is what they told us in the word problem. It formed a 90-degree angle. Then you can mark off the given piece or part, which was 35 degrees. So they did that here. Now we have to find this missing angle measure. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our protractor and we're going to line up the end point, one of the rays, and our center point on our protractor, and we're going to find that angle measure. Okay, so if I extend this out, and again, you can use a ruler, you can use a piece of paper, anything that's going to be straight enough to give you an accurate measurement. So when I go out to my protractor, I fall between these 2 points here. So my answer is either going to be 55 or 125. So what do we think? Was this a right angle, an acute angle, an obtuse angle? Just this angle here. It's acute, so we're going to go with the smaller measurement. Remember, if it's acute, the measurement will be less than 90. So my measure is 55 degrees. So that's the first way you can solve for an unknown angle. Another way is to use an equation. So it says the 90-degree angle measure is the sum of two parts. One angle is 35 degrees. Find the unknown angle measure. Let R, the letter R, represent the unknown angle measure. So it says since 35 degrees plus R, remember that's what we don't know, equals 90. That was our total amount, or the whole angle measure. So you know that then you can take that whole amount 90 and subtract the given part 35, and you will get your missing degree measurement R. So if you take 90 and you subtract 35, you will get 55 degrees. So the angle shown on the red piece measures 55 degrees. So those are two different ways we could solve these problems. So let's move on. Okay, example number 2 on page 912. It says find the combined measure of the angle shown. One of the angles is 20 degrees. The symbol on the other angle shows that it is a right angle. So we know that a right angle always measures 90 degrees. To find the combined measure of the angle, add the angle measures of the parts. So this is one part, this is the other part. All we have to do is add them together. So 20 plus 90 equals 110. 110 degrees. Remember, an angle measure is always in degrees. We'll write it again here. Okay, guided practice. It says find each unknown. Number 1 says the combined angle measure is 90 degrees. So our whole amount is 90 degrees. So we can put we can write our number sentence over here, 90 degrees. The part that we're given is 75 degrees, so that is what we can subtract or take away from the whole. And now if we do that, we subtract, we're going to find this part here, which is n degrees. So in your calculator, plug in 90 minus 75 equals, and you should get 15 degrees. Okay, number 2, it says the combined angle measure is 130. So when I add this 35 degrees and this unknown number, it will equal 130 degrees. So we can start with that whole amount, 130 degrees, and take away the part that we're given, 35 degrees, and that will give us our unknown of k degrees. So in your calculator, you're going to type in 130 minus 35 equals, and you should get 95 degrees. Number 3 says find the combined angle measure. So in this problem, they've already given you the measurement of both parts. All you have to do is add them together. So we're adding 35 plus 25 in your calculator, and you get 60 degrees. Okay, moving on, let's go to page 913. For today, we're going to do the even numbers together, just the even numbers. So we're going to start with number 4. It says the combined angle measure is 50 degrees. So that's our whole amount. That's the combined angle measure. So we can start with 50 degrees. We're going to take away the part that we're given, which is 30 degrees. So 50 minus 30 equals, our missing angle measure is A. So in your calculator, 50 minus 30 equals, and you should get 20 degrees. Number 6 says the combined angle measure is 125 degrees. So that's our whole that we can start with, 125 degrees, minus the part that we are given is 75 degrees. So 125 minus 75 is going to give us our missing angle measure, G degrees. 125 minus 75 is 50 degrees. Okay, number 8 says draw a triangle with one right angle. So we're going to draw a triangle. I'm going to use my straight piece of paper here so that I make sure that I have nice straight lines. Make an end point. It'll be like a ray. Line up my ray and my end point and mark 90 degrees. I'm going to shorten that. Okay, and then I'm going to connect them. So there, I use my protractor to make a 90-degree angle because that is a right angle, like it tells us in the directions. Draw a triangle with one right angle. So there's my right angle. Now down below it says find the combined measure of the three angles. So we know here if this is a right angle, it's 90 degrees. But they want us to find this angle here and this angle here. So what we want to do is, since we aren't given either one of those to make a number sentence to figure it out, we can use our protractor and line up. I made endpoints here. Endpoint and the ray and then you can extend the other ray. I know this angle is acute, so I'm going to go with the numbers that are less than 90. And I see that it falls directly between 40 and 50. So my angle measure is 45 degrees for this angle. Okay, now I'm going to measure my other angle. Again, line up center point, end point, and ray. Remember, we got to be very careful to line it up just right. Okay. And then I'm going to extend, and I see again that it measures 45 degrees. So when I add 45 plus 45 plus 90, all three angle measures equal 180 degrees. Okay, we're going to move on. We're going to do number 10 on page 914. This will be our last problem. So it says the steps on a staircase should be 90 degrees. So each one of these should be 90 degrees. Now it says one of the steps is crooked. The angle formed is 15 degrees too large. What is that angle measure of this step? So if they're supposed to be 90 degrees, but it's 15 degrees too large, that means it's more. So that would mean in math addition. Then I can add that 90 degrees plus the 15 degrees. And that would give me an angle measure of 105 degrees. And that's it.